All right, you little mathematicians, today we are going to find the area of a rhombus. So, what is a rhombus? A rhombus is a quadrilateral with 4 equal straight sides. So, it's awfully similar to a square in that all the sides are equal, but the difference is that in a square, all of the angles would have to be 90 degrees, a perfect corner, like this. But in a rhombus is kind of like a square that's falling over. So the angles don't have to be 90 degrees. One thing that it does have in common with a square and, of course, with parallelograms is that all of the opposite sides across from each other are parallel to each other. So the two lines that have one arrow are parallel to each other. That means if they went on and on and on and on and on forever in both directions, they would never touch. And then same with these two sides. They are parallel to each other. Okay, so the area of a rhombus is found by the following formula. The area equals 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. All right, so what are those, the diagonals of a rhombus? Let's take a look. Usually the formulas have had to do with base or height or something like that, so this is kind of a different one. The diagonals are these two lines that cut diagonally across the rhombus. So we can call this one diagonal 1, this one diagonal 2, or it doesn't really matter. We could call this one diagonal 1 and this one diagonal 2. The point is just that we can, if we multiply whatever length this is times whatever length that is, and then multiply that by 1/2, we will get the area of the rhombus. So let's say, just for this problem, that this diagonal here has a length of 8, and that this diagonal here has a length of 12. And then we'll see what the area of this rhombus is. So here we have the formula written again, but with the 8 and the 12 in there, because we know that's 8 and that's 12. So we're going to just go ahead and do some math. So we know that 1/2 of 8 is 4, so the first multiplication I'm going to do is the 1/2 times 8, which is 4. And then the 12 is still there. And then finally, I'm going to do 4 times 12 and get my area of 48. So the area of this rhombus is 48. Now, I want to show you one more way of writing the equation for a rhombus. So here it is. So sometimes you'll see the formula written as the area is equal to diagonal 1 times diagonal 2, all divided by 2. Now this, we should know, is going to be the same because multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. But let's just work it out with the same numbers anyway. We know that area is 8 times 12. Remember, in our rhombus the diagonals were 8 and 12, all divided by 2. Well, that would give us the area equals 96, because 8 times 12 is 96, all over 2, and 96 divided by 2 is 48. So again, we'd get the area as 48. That will always work. If you prefer this formula, if you really dislike fractions and you don't like that 1/2, you want to just do division, that's fine. Of course, secretly, you can see that this whole thing just is a big fraction with a numerator and a denominator, so you kind of can't escape fractions. But if you like this one better, that's totally fine. Practice a few problems with this, and yeah, thanks. Good luck.